but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will get the first possession of the game. And when you have a quarterback like this guy, the entire offense feeds off of him, David.
Everybody feeds off of his energy, and the whole playbook's open because you can trust on him. He's dependable, Palmer.
He's also one of those guys, if he gets in a good rhythm, watch out. This dude starts firing strikes.
He'll pull it down. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Pocket starts to collapse. Turns it on in midfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air, it's Ash. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Great timing by the defense there. Obviously, the offense has the ball in the red zone. You're trying to create a negative play to back them up. They do that with the sack, and if they're now going to try a field goal, it's going to be a little more work for the kicker.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Arizona State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. Bulldozes his way through. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Here's the handoff. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the game. Oh, what a great play call. Sneaking the draw. The defense clearly thinking pass, flying up the field. No, sir. A little handoff, a little sneak attack. Great play call.
Looking for a man. It's Ash. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and then it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Touch pass on the run. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermaker! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Madden. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Wide out in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Time to take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
A fair catch is made right at the 50. Great field position for the offense. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drop.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
When you're an offensive lineman, you have to sell pass on a draw play. You got to set real quick, make it look like a pass, and then boom, I'm leaving that guy. I'm hitting that running back right behind him. Now I can get to the second level, and you can see when I do that, you make big gains like this, catch the defense off guard.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Getting some heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
To the air, it's Ash. Trying to get to him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Absolutely perfect. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Really nice run there, good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Got it in the middle. It's Bond. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. Off play action. That's reeled in. It's Bond. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. And that is no good. And they miss the opportunity to draw closer, still down by 5. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Nice pitch and catch between the quarterback and fullback. When the defense gives up one to the fullback, it's like somebody stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose.
Yeah, and you think fullback, you think block, you think go meet him at the point of attack and hit him, and then all of a sudden he slips by you, a little deception, nice little play action to give him the throw and give him the first down.
After the first down completion, it's 2nd and short. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. Dropping back, it's Ash. He's got the back in the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays at him.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Dances away to buy time. Connection to the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And on the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Purdue!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They march 78 yards down the field, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The short hands, it's Bond. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there's so many festivities surrounding it, Jesse. What do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team, there's some friendly competition. The biggest thing that stands out to me, though, was a street brawl against the Miami Hurricanes. Bourbon Street getting ready for the Sugar Bowl, about 120 deep. Hard to forget that.
Complete downfield. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Arizona State!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is made, but there is laundry on the deck, so we might be having a duel.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Quick pass on the fly motion. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Ash. They're trying to get to it. Ball is out behind the line. Bounced right back to them.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls out.
Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. He's looking to throw. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Yeah, and you could tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. Those are one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but keyword being after the catch.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it! Touchdown, Boilermaker!
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
You got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Bond. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalties. To the air on first down. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack. Throw the ball away. Now, listen, we could debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not.
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Ash. Trying to make magic with his feet. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They'll immediately call timeout.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. This dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
There's an example of what happens when a quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Throwing right. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. You take that kind of chance to the outer third of the field, I mean, that's just begging to throw a pick 6.
Not a great decision. The coach is not going to be very happy when he goes over and says, why are you throwing in double coverage? Let's read the field. If they're going to do this, let's take something else, right? Don't never go broke taking a profit. Do a good job of seeing what they're doing and trying to take away from you and take the other.
He's taking the shot. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Purdue!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, I myself have been in Shreveport to call the Independence Bowl. What a fantastic experience, and we've had ourselves a fun first half. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Independence Bowl.
The Boilermakers will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
On target to the left. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd down, going up top. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Splits the uprights. Good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking downfield, it's Ash. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
He's right on target. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. They want to just keep throwing it. Got it in the middle. It's Gore. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Man, this quarterback has been dialed in all game long. He's making outstanding decisions, and he's been so accurate throwing the football. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
It's just so nice to know you can start off first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Ash. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll go to the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to pass. It's Ash. He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
What if I had told you this quarterback would be sacked at least 5 times in this game and yet still somehow would be winning? It's not normally how it works. You got to give the offense credit because even though they've suffered some serious negative plays, they've still been able...
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Boilermakers line up to punt it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
At the 45 on his way. Got a lot of running room. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona State. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
2nd and 10 here. Looking downfield, it's Ash. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
These guys aren't human either. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He needed to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Coming after him. Using his feet to buy time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
The offense coughs it up. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
The inside handoff. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
Looking to throw, it's Ash. Incomplete on the 2-point try. They tried to push this lead out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a 1-point lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points down, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He's got it on the left. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. He's looking to throw it. Quick strike complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Got some of the work done on 1st down. Let's see what they have on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Ash. Got his man quickly. Makes the stop at the 49, give him 5 yards on the play and a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. This quarterback needs to stay true to his mechanics. He just sort of heaved it up off the back foot.
And these mechanics are crazy. You see all these quarterbacks on the field with towels before games and doing that little salsa thing that you see quarterbacks with their hips, popping through. But it makes sense because you have to have that good, strong base underneath you. Otherwise, you start to sail that football and miss your target.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Purdue! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Dropping back, it's Ash. It's caught. The 2-point try is good, and now it's a 3-point game. They took it 71 yards down the field. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. He's going to pass. Finds his target down the middle. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
Man, this tight end, he is like a receiver once he has the ball, isn't he? He's so elusive. He can make people miss. He's got some wiggle, and he's got some speed. This defense, they have their hands full trying to bring this guy down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Final minute of play. We are deadlocked. Guys, what a finish we're experiencing.
Man, that is a massive field goal. So much pressure on him. With just a couple seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this... Overtime, as long as your defense is not completely screwed us up.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. To throw, it's Ash. They're bringing heat. He fires one deep down the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Out of bounds at the 45. And that's a first down for the offense.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Purdue.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the first down mark. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. We're getting deep in the game, and this is for the lead. Oh, the attempt is no good. And in the final quarter of regulation, we remain tied, guys. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
First play of the first possession of OT. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Arizona State! They take the lead here in overtime.
Man, you talk about striking first and creating some momentum in overtime. The first play, you take it to the house and you flip the whole game and put all the pressure on the other sideline. Palmer, that's how you start an OT.
Yeah, David, that's just 11 guys on offense locked in. First play, score a touchdown, put all the pressure on your opponent. They understand what it's going to take to win this football game.
First down, they need to answer with a touchdown. To the air, it's Ash. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. This is one of the best games we've called this season. A thriller, and it comes down to the wire here in overtime.
I could watch these two teams play another 6 times this year, just back and forth, trading blows, offenses coming up with explosive plays, big hits all over the field. David, this is what college